So let's just start with May 21st, 2014 here. And Dan writes that Crowley family visited the Alam family in Texas. May 22nd, David and Kamel arrive in LA, celebrate their 6-year anniversary in Hollywood. Also on May 22nd, David meets with Hollywood producers to discuss his movie script. May 23rd, David posts on Twitter that he has agreed to his first Hollywood deal. May 24th, David and Kamel fly from LA to Dallas and stay with the Alam family near Waco, Texas. May 25th, Crowley family flies back to Minneapolis from Dallas. June 28th, David Crowley departs Minneapolis on a flight to Los Angeles, dinner in West Hollywood. June 29th, David Crowley has a meeting to discuss options negotiations for the Gray State script. Sometime in July, Kamel and Sidra's mom is told that she has cancer. Also in July of 2014, no specific date, it says David and Kamel stopped talking and responding to the Alam family. Didn't answer calls, didn't respond to text messages. David didn't get the contract with Hollywood. He wasn't interested in giving them full rights. He came back home and was very down. In August of 2014, Kamel opposed her mom's decision to use chemotherapy. September 5th, David Crowley's garage sale for his bullet exchange equipment. Also in September, Mr. Alam was sure to ask Sidra every day if she had heard anything from Kamel. Now, also in September, Alam family would reach out to Kamel all the time by sending her pics of Nyla, etc., the mom, but to no avail. David comments on the Gray State Facebook page that he wants to reinvigorate the film process by building a trustworthy team. It's very important to build a trustworthy team. It's very important to surround yourself with people that you do trust. Not people that want you to trust them, but people that you do trust. And you will know them by their actions, by their fruits. We will know them. October 1st, Kamel texts happy birthday to Sidra on her birthday. It marks the first time Sidra heard from Kamel since August. October 12th, David called the Alam family and cussed out the father. Father was upset. He cried. Stop contacting my wife. We want nothing to do with you. You fucking asshole. Stop calling and texting my wife. We want nothing to do with you. We gave you guys simple instructions that you refused to follow, not to use chemo for Nyla. So now suffer the consequences, end quote. And then it says, then David Crowley hung up. October 18th, Sidra Alam begins the 17-hour drive to the Twin Cities. Her father pays for fuel. She texts Kamel to let her know she's on her way. October 19th, Sidra arrives into the Twin Cities, stops at a mall parking lot in Bloomington, and repeatedly texts and calls Kamel. No one responds. October 19th, still, Sidra drives to Apple Valley and pulls into the Apple Valley Police Department, asks for advice on a situation. She wanted to go to the Crowley home, but if she wasn't welcome, wanted the police to be prepared to receive a call from David for a trespasser. Sidra arrives at the Crowley home in Apple Valley around 1 p.m. October 19th still, but is turned away at the door by David. He doesn't allow her to see Kamel and is rude towards Sidra. Sidra says she loves David, Kamel, and her niece and doesn't know what she did to deserve this. If there was something, she could apologize and wants to fix it. She went on to say, "If you want nothing to do with me or my dad, that's fine, but don't abandon my mother who calls only for Kamel and her granddaughter." David Crowley agrees to let Sidra drive the Acura back to Texas, but says, "Come back in an hour as I have to clean it up." Sidra goes to a gas station parking lot and waits 1 hour, heads back to the Crowley home. Sidra gets in the Acura and prepares to drive home, but she feels something isn't right and thinks David may have done something to the vehicle. Sidra pulls over and calls the Apple Valley police. She requests a K-9 unit visit her and check out the vehicle. They turn her down on the basis, "We can't just take your word." Sidra calls her father crying. He suggests she get a motel for the night and leave in the morning. Sidra finds a photo of Kamel, Nyla, Sidra with the following note written by Kamel on the back: "I always have and always will love you and Mom." Okay, so November 9th is Nyla's birthday. That is Sidra and Kamel's mom. And no communication at all from Kamel. Now, Kamel's birthday, November 22nd, Sidra texted her. And Sidra saw that Kamel read it, but nothing else came back. December 9th, David Crowley makes the following post on his Facebook wall. Who he spoke to on the 16th or the 17th remains to be seen. Now, Sean Wright told me that he was one of the last people to speak with David Crowley. So, I don't know what date that was. December 17th, David Crowley reaches out to the producer Jason Allen, asking him if he would like to be executive producer and help out with the logistics of the film. That's a very important one there too. So David Crowley was writing for 3 different things on Facebook, it seems. He was writing for Gray State, he was writing for Gray State The Rise, and he was also writing on his personal wall. January 19th, the UK Daily Mail publishes a story with the following headline: Gun enthusiast, his dietitian wife, and their 5-year-old daughter lay dead from murder-suicide in their suburban home for weeks before neighbors discovered them. So by the 18th, by the 19th, they're calling this a double murder-suicide. Of course, not really giving us any facts or any evidence or anything, but they're just going with that. So that always goes back to the thing that has been stated over and over again. What did they find? What did police find within those first day or two to really convince them that this was a double murder-suicide? And then the second question is, when will they tell the public what they found? On January 23rd, Hennepin County Medical Examiner rules the deaths of Kamel and Rainey as homicides and David's as a suicide. Also in January, the mom acquires medical insurance for her cancer. Thank God. God bless. Confirmed via email from Dan Crowley on 2/11/15. Interesting. February, the Alam family will pick up both cars. Both were in Kamel's name, including the car David used. Okay, and February 15th, the GoFundMe page is removed by Dan Crowley. It raised roughly $8,000. Alright, so let's go through this with Mason Norsk Hest. This is a post that he made to the group, Justice for David Crowley and Family, and then he took it down. And another member, Tom Conway, had a screenshot of it, and he put that screenshot up, and we all began to comment on it. And even Mason commented on it later on, too. Okay, so just take that in for a minute. He lets us know at least 2 or 3 times that David is guilty. Mason Norsk Hest is saying David is guilty. 100%. 100% certain. No doubt. How do you say that the whole thing is terrible, but it's poetic? You know, how do you say, and this is what he says, no details need to be shared. There was no force. They all went together. It's terrible, but poetic. How do you say that? What's so poetic about it? There's nothing poetic about killing a 5-year-old child. There's nothing poetic about killing the love of your life, killing your wife, your soulmate, your partner, or even about killing yourself. There's nothing poetic in that. It's all evil. It's all evil. That's it. But he's certain. He's certain that David did this. The whole thing is, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Oh, my friend, this guy killed his wife and killed his kid, but hey, we're still gonna put his movie out there. How does that affect the people who see David as someone that killed their sister, that killed their daughter, and killed their friend? I mean, it's cool to post something on a group, but then the problem is, then you gotta back it up. That's why you have so many comments on your post, because you couldn't back it up. It did nothing to really show people your point of view, or to back up your point of view, and your point of view doesn't make sense to me at all. No, it can't be joint if David used the gun. By David using the gun doesn't make it joint. You're now going to say that not only did David kill his daughter, but Kamel Crowley killed her daughter too. And that's pretty much what you guys are saying now. At least two of you. Unless you want to take it back. You could take it back. I'd be happy if you took it back right now. The simplest thing is, if you're gonna put this information out there, even if it's through a third-party person, you got to make some type of a statement, or some type of public statement, some way to prove that you are who you say you are. And that's not because we distrust you, or because we're trying to discredit you, or we're trying to attack you, or anything like that. It just all goes with truth, with finding out what really happened. Part of that is not having a witness behind a curtain, because you don't know who that person is. And if you're going to accuse somebody of these things, if you're going to accuse David Crowley of saying this and not letting you see your sister, then at some point, of course, more evidence to that is going to have to come out. And I think many people would, at this point, would just be happy with a statement, just to let us know that this person is who they say they are. Because we've had other people come and say certain things, and then they got caught in lies. So just so we can bypass all of the, is this person who she says she is, it's better to get that out there now. It's better to put that out in public now, so then we can move on and really get to the heart of the matter of what this person is saying. It's hard to do that when, again, I'm just supposed to just trust that this person is who they are.